kind of a tangible measurement. Let's look at this. Okay, my hardware store. I think a hardware store won't be a great idea. Let's look at something more. My grocery store. I run a grocery store in a particular locality or in a particular area, and I see that I'm doing 10 lakhs of sales every month. Okay, let's assume that number. I'm doing 10 lakhs of sales every month. Now, what I do is I put in not five, I put in 50 small posters, and I populate the entire locality with, get 10% off, or get 20% off, or whatever it might be. Okay, I make, I put in roughly 50 posters like this. Now, as soon as I make put the poster in, I need to go back and check. Last month, मेरा sale 10 lakh था. Ye month, did it reach 11 lakhs? Did it reach 12 lakhs? Did it reach 15 lakhs? Did it reach 20 lakhs? How much did it reach? Was there a growth? If any marketing activity needs to directly tie in with the growth of your business, otherwise you're spending that money and it's going to waste. So, and how do you measure? You measure it based on performance before the advertisement and performance after the advertisement. It is that simple. Okay. And if you want to further do it, the best way to do all of this is to measure things online. When you start running digital ads, when you start running ads on Facebook, Instagram, you will be able to measure revenue per ad. You can run 10 ads and you can measure ye ad se kitna revenue aaya, ye ad se kitna revenue aaya, ye ad se kitne leads aaye. So that is where the power of digital marketing comes in, and all of you will have to get into digital marketing at one point or the other in life. To stay relevant, even if it's a traditional business that you are running. So try to acquire that skill as soon as possible and stay relevant. I've seen, big businesses. I come from a small town like Nagpur, and we have very clear-cut businesses which dominate the city. So one store which everybody will go to for buying spectacles, one store that everybody will go to buy clothes, right? So I come from a small town, so that is how it is. What I saw was over the last 3 to 4 years, smaller shops started advertising digitally. Okay, and they started advertising digitally, and people started buying directly from these stores because they were more approachable. And the business of these smaller stores of these larger stores started declining. And why? Because these smaller stores were offering home delivery, and they were advertising on Facebook, Instagram, and other places. So no matter how big you think you are, it won't take more than 2 years for a new company to come in and get you out of business. Always remember that, especially if you're a business to consumer, or you're directly selling to customers. It won't take more than 2 years to get you out of business, and you can ask electronic store owners what has happened to their business over the last 8 to 10 years after Flipkart, Amazon, and others came in. So just remember that, and the entire world, especially the world of retail, especially the world of traders like us, is going to get affected massively by e-commerce. So whenever you're advertising, try to adapt as soon as possible. Try to adapt digital ways of advertising to stay relevant. All right, that's a fair warning that is coming in. I come from a hardcore business family. I come from a family which did business for 60 years, right from my nana, and before that till today. I chose not to get into that business. I chose a very alternate, similar business in education, but I saw that business go irrelevant because of everything was available online to be bought. So why would a customer come in and buy from my store? All right, moving on. I think we just have 2 more segments to cover. So I think that's fine, right? We have the time, right?
Yeah, we have the time. I think there'll be more time required for Q&A because a lot of people have a lot of questions. So I think if we can,
I'll be more than happy.
Yeah. So
Sure.
To give more time to that, we can just finish off the segments right now.
Okay. So key metrics and channels. Okay. Key metrics, again, it won't take me 2 minutes to cover this. Key metrics are those 3, what do you call it? 3 numbers that you as a company measure. Okay. On a month-on-month basis, on an everyday basis, on a month-on-month, week-by-week basis. These are the 3 metrics that you cover and measure. For example, for Swiggy, it will be number of orders every day. It will be the amount per order every day. It will be a number of restaurants on the platform every month. So these are three metrics for Swiggy. For My Captain, it was number of courses that we are offering every month, number of captains or teachers and trainers we had onto the platform, and third was number of customers on the platform. Fourth was revenue, how much money were we making every month. So any company in their initial days, like I said, most startup founders are confused. How do I build and scale a company? See, traditional businesses are very different. They, they work on a lot of various aspects. But when you move into a startup, there have to be 2 or 3 things that you measure and grow on a month-on-month basis. Traditional businesses will grow 20%, 50% year on year. Startups grow at 15 to 20% month on month, which means that if you were doing 1 lakh revenue in January, you do 9.5 lakh revenue in December. It is in a month. It is that fast and that fast. And the only way to do that is you pick up 3 metrics. You take 3 numbers and you chase a growth of 10 to 20% on those numbers every single month. Which means that if I'm providing 5 courses today, in this month, I need to provide 6 courses next month. Then I need to provide 6 ka 20%, 7.2 courses next month, and so on and so forth. If I have 100 students this month, next month I need to have 120 students. After that, I need to have 144 students. Then I need to have 180 students. Then I need to have 320 students, whatever. 225 students, whatever. Every month you chase a 20% growth in a startup, and you have to identify 3 numbers that your company is going to chase every single month and grow. Okay, so that's key metrics. For Swiggy, it will be number of restaurants, number of orders, average value of the order, average times, number of times that a user is ordering. These are the few metrics that they will chase. Okay, moving on to channels. Now, channels is a marketing thing. It is like simple, right? Have you ever seen an iPhone ad in a railway station? I have never in my life seen an iPhone ad in a railway station. Have you seen an iPhone ad at an airport? At every bloody airport in the world, you will see an iPhone ad. Okay, it's as simple as this. The path to your customers needs to be very, very straightforward. You will not see ads of child products, like, or maybe things like a lollipop or a chalky or a Cadbury on Star Plus at 8 p.m. Okay, they will all come on Pogo and Cartoon Network, but they will not come on Star Plus at 8 p.m. Well, right, you will see a lot of ads of Red Bull and Cadbury Silk on teenage, channels like MTV and VH1 or whatever it might be. So it's very important for any startup to identify what is the most quickest, most affordable, and most pinpointed channel to my customer. We can take another example here. For I'll tell you what happened and how I got to know about Ola. If you look at Ola, the best way to market Ola is while the person is probably traveling in an auto. So in Chennai is when I got to know about Ola. Chennai, we used to take autos, we used to take local trains, etc. And while we are struggling in that local train with so much of sweat and so much of odor in and around, and while we are struggling to convince an auto wala to take us to the place that we want to go to at a price that we are willing to pay, right over there you see a billboard of Ola which says AC cabs 6 rupees per kilometer. I am bloody paying 15-20 rupees per kilometer for an auto. I am drenched in sweat if I'm traveling in a local train, and I see an immediate ad over there which says 6 rupees a kilometer. Driver comes in, picks me from the place I want to go to a place where I am, and bloody costs only 6 rupees per kilometer. It's an AC cab. I will immediately download the app, and it also tells me 50% off on your first ride. I am bought. I am going to download the app, immediately book an Ola and take an Ola and go. So you need to, if possible, the best channel would be while the customer is facing a problem that you are trying to solve, advertise. Right over there, advertise. So for example, Oyo rooms advertisements you will find on bus stops. You'll find Oyo rooms advertisements on railway stations, in airports, everywhere. Because I've just come to the city, I do not know where to stay. Oyo is there. Oyo's ad comes in. I'm going to immediately download the app and I'll book it. Or even if I'm, if I make my trip or other platforms, whatever, if I see an Oyo ad, my first instinct would be to check out Oyo, because there will be some offer or something that they have displayed. So it's very important to identify the right channel and the right path to your customer, and you can do that through digital marketing very well. In digital marketing, you can target people. So for example, let's say I'm a gifting company. I can target people whose anniversary is 1 month down the line. I can literally set that. So Facebook knows when your anniversary is, Facebook knows when your birthday is, Facebook knows when your mom's birthday is. I can run an ad which can target people whose mom's birthday is within 1 month. I can start showing them advertisements of products they can buy for their mom. So get into digital marketing, understand digital marketing, and then you can reach out to each and every customer possible, right? So with that, with these 9 segments, you cover all parts of a business. There's literally nothing that you miss out on, and this one tool is going to help you map all of your ideas in one single page. We just did it for Swiggy, and I hope you were able to picturize and visualize Swiggy entirely through using this tool, and I hope you were able to identify and visualize your own startup using this tool. So I think we'll move on to questions from here and take things forward.
Okay, thank you, Zeeshan. I think this was an amazing. This is an amazing tool actually, and I hope everyone gets to learn a lot from this and can apply to their existing business as well. So we'll start with the Q&A. Hussein will be taking the Q&A with you. Hussein?
Thank you so much.
Yes, so the first question that we have over here is, can we apply lean canvas to our existing business? That is, somebody's into hardware or they're providing any services. Like basically in our tradition, what we do is we have a hardware shop. We basically trade into businesses like, pipes, walls, other cutting and tooling items of that sort. So can this thing be applied into our business, and how? If yes, then how?
Okay, perfect, beautiful question. I think I answered this as soon as I started the session. I told you that lean canvas is derived from something called a business canvas model. There are two different things. Business canvas model is more suited for traditional businesses and established businesses, and it has only two or three things different from a lean canvas. So majority of the things of business canvas model can be looked into in the lean canvas. However, if you're a traditional business, I will tell you, make a business canvas model and not a lean canvas model. Okay, lean canvas model is more suited for new startups, for technology-based companies, and it has been hence focused and built around that. Okay, so I'll tell you a few differences. Business canvas model over here will have key partners instead of problems. It will have key activities instead of key metrics, and instead of solutions, it will have something else. You'll have to just check. I don't have all the 9 things remembered here, but unfair advantage, channels, customer segment, revenue stream, cost structure, unique value proposition, all of these 6 things remain the same. Okay, only 3 things change, which is problem, solution, and key metrics.
Okay, thank you. I hope that answers the question. So the second question that we have over here is, those who are already, someone is having a B2B business, okay, and it is not a consumer end product. Hello, can you hear me?
Can you repeat that? Yeah, can you repeat that?
Someone is having a B2B business segment and not a consumer end product. So how they can do a digital marketing for their product?
Oh, very simple, yeah. So you can target people. For example, I see so many business related ads. Why? Because my designation on Facebook and LinkedIn is CEO, right? So you can literally target people whose job description is proprietor, director, CEO, principal, partner, whatever it might be. And you can then map what are they interested in. So based on my behavior on Facebook and what I'm consuming content, Facebook knows that I'm a person who's interested in education. I'm a person who's interested in startups. I'm a person who's interested in gender rights. So it will start showing me products and services around that. So I get so many ads of accounting softwares. I get so many ads of Zoom, GoToMeeting, and all of these other video conferencing educational tools. And you know how they market it to me? They say Unacademy and Simply Learn use our platform. Why don't you? Okay,
Right.
so they know, they literally know that I'm a person who runs an education technology company, and that's the power of digital marketing. Facebook knows everything about you. Google knows bloody everything about you. So if no matter what company you are, you can target any person. You can target a 7 to 8 standard teacher. You can target, like I said, you can target if Hussein, your parents have a anniversary next month. I can literally start targeting you right now. Okay, if I know that you are engaged and you're gonna get married, I'm gonna start, showing ads of wedding planners to you.
Right.
That's the power of digital tools.
Okay. So the third question what you have over here is, as we are making this lean canvas and we are going to mention our target customers, right? So if we already know who is going to be our target customer, so is it necessary to give unique value proposition for it?
Yeah, see, unique value proposition separates you out from the competition. Okay, you know the target customer and you know the problem that the target customer is facing. Doesn't mean that you are the only player in the market or your product is the only solution that the customer has. A customer can take the charcoal toothpaste, a customer can take a miswak toothpaste, a customer can take a Pepsodent toothpaste, can take close up, can take promise, can take anything. But why should the customer take your toothpaste? So that is the reason why you have a unique value proposition. Why should people learn from My Captain? Because we teach live. We don't teach you with recorded videos. Why should you learn from My Captain? Because all the mentors are young, so that you can text them at 2 a.m. at night and get all of your doubts cleared compared to a Udemy or a Coursera. So you need to have a very clear-cut differentiation in the market, and that is why unique value propositions are important.
Right. Okay. Also, there's one really interesting question over here. How do one determine if there is a healthy demand for their product?
Okay, so multiple ways of doing it. If you're doing it right before, when you have not even started a company, you can do something called a launch page. So instead of a website, you just do a what we call as a launching page, saying that, hey, this is the service that we provide. If you're interested, sign up for an early bird offer. Okay, sign up for an offer, we'll give you 50% off. You run a 500,000 rupee ad on Facebook using that. You'll need at least 5 to 6,000 rupees of budget to run 3 or 4 different ads with 3 or 4 different copies, basically 3 or 4 different messages, and see whether you're getting signups. If you're not getting signups, then probably there can be 2 reasons. Either you don't know how to run a Facebook ad, so in that way just take a help of a friend of yours who knows how to. And the second reason, probably people don't want your service, hence they are not signing up. So this is a typical thing that people do: launch what we call as launch websites or launching pages. Another thing what you can do is, the customer segment, right? You have very clearly told that this is the customer segment. Talk to 40 people, minimum 40 people in the segment. Okay, be it B2B or B2C, minimum 40 people in the segment, and directly ask them, would they be willing to take a service like this? How much will they be willing to pay for it? Okay, and then hence we'll get a fair bit of idea and they'll give you a lot of feedback.
Right. Yeah.
Hussein, 1 second, sorry to interrupt. I'll just one interesting question. I'll just take it. Why is this lean chart written in an unsequential manner? Is there any funda behind it?
Yeah. There is. So if you look at the right-hand side of things, right from unique value proposition, unfair advantage, channels, and customer, not the bottom part. The right-hand side is all marketing. It is all related to marketing. Okay, how do you reach your customer? Which is channel? Who is your customer? What is the unfair advantage that you have? What is your one single compelling message? All the left-hand side things are the fundamentals of your business. Okay, which is what is the problem you're trying to solve and what is the solution, which is the basis on which your company is built. Okay, any new startup is built on problem that they are trying to solve and what is the solution. Okay, and how are you measuring whether it's working out or not, which is key metrics. The bottom part of it is finance, the costs, and how will you make the money. So this is how it is divided. The reason it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is based on priority and on flow. You identify the problem that you want to solve, you see a problem, then you find out who are the people who are facing this problem. Then you see why are the people going to come to you. Then is the aspect, what is your solution to it. Whereas I am of an opinion that you should come up with a problem, customer segment, solution, and then unique value proposition. My personal belief is switch 3 and 4. But anyway, this is what the industry follows, so I just went with the industry. Otherwise, if you would have asked me to deliver it without the numbers, I would have gone with problem, customer segment, solution, unique value proposition, and then unfair advantage, and then so on.
There's one really good question from Zainab. If you have like 2 to 3 startup ideas, both or all the 3 ideas have a solid have a solid problem solution to it, both have strong USPs, how do you choose from it?
Pick the one which your heart wants to pick. Okay, this is something that I faced when I was young. So I was this 18-year-old, very crazy, very rebellious, very ambitious person, and my aim was I want to have a group of companies by the time I graduate. Okay, that was my aim in college. Group of companies. Okay, so I started working on 3 or 4 different ideas, and I was like, I can do it. Everything can be done. Why can't I do it? If people can do it, I can do it as well. So I started focusing on. I built a content firm. I started a magazine. I started My Captain. Then I sold customized T-shirts online, and I did all of these things. And I realized while the content firm made the most amount of money, it didn't excite me. I stopped it. It was giving me 60-70,000 a month as recurring revenue. I could pay off all the fees in the world, but it didn't excite me. I literally just stopped it. The custom T-shirt thing, I just found it to be not something that is of great value, that I felt it was not aligned to my purpose. So I said, no, I don't want to pursue this. Climber was the company which was making the most amount of losses. All the money that I was making from other companies was going into Climber because it couldn't sustain itself at that point. But Climber is where my heart was, because it was a problem that I faced that I wanted to solve. I wanted to become an astronomer, and I was pushed into engineering, right? And I didn't want anyone else to face the same problem. I wanted them to pursue whatever they wanted to. So despite the fact that Climber wasn't making money, I firmly believe that the problem that the Climber was trying to solve, or My Captain was trying to solve, was way bigger, and it gave me purpose. It gave me something that I could wake up to every day, be excited about solving every day, and no matter what problems I face, tomorrow I'm bankrupt, tomorrow I'm in debt, I'll still wake up to solve this problem. So for me, I was fairly lucky enough to identify my heart light at the Climber. So despite that being the most loss-making company, just because I saw the potential of it and I saw that the problem it was trying to solve is humongous and big and large, I took a risk on it. I shut down all the other things and focused on that. And it paid out, right? Today we are a 200 people team inside the company. We have millions of dollars of revenue, and we have not even reached a single round of external funding. We have not placed any external investment because the business model and profitability was strong enough to scale it and make it on our own. We didn't require any bloody other person to come and put in their money and tell us what needs to be done.
Right.
So stick to your heart.
Right. Okay. So as you said that you didn't require any external funding, there is one question by Hussein. Is it possible for a startup to function and develop at a rapid pace without any investors involved? Because most investors look for such profits in the business they are investing.
Yeah. So there are 2 aspects of this. One is yes and no. Okay, if you're a company which can make money in terms of profits, not revenue, not amount of sales, but money in the bank remaining after the month. If you have high margins of it, if 30%, 35% of the money that of the sales that came in resulted in profits. अगर 1 लाख का सेल हुआ तो 30,000 बैंक में आया. If you have after taxes, after you paid off all the taxes, then you can bootstrap. Okay, then you can bootstrap. And the simple funda of this is 2 रुपए की चीज 10 रुपए में बेचना पड़ेगा minimum. समझा? So if you can do that, you can bootstrap. But if you can't do that, you will have to go for an investment. And in terms of an investment, the investor is not looking to take profits from you. Those are old days things. Those are businessmen investing in companies, in small companies. The new age of startups does not depend on profits. Swiggy, Amazon hasn't made profits in 20 years yet. Swiggy hasn't made any profit. Unacademy spent 150 crores to make 11 crores of revenue.
Oh my God.
It's not about profits anymore. Dunzo's revenue was 75 lakh. Okay, I'm sure people in this community, few companies would be making more than that in a month. Okay, so but Dunzo everybody knows, right? Dunzo is a big company. Dunzo made 75 lakh in revenue. All right, and they have $100 million plus in funding. $100 million is 600 crores.
600 crores, yes.
Yeah. So the new age, the new world of startups doesn't look at profits. It looks at value. It looks at the number of customers you have, the data you have, the lifetime value, and can you reach $100 million in revenue mark? If you can reach $100 million, which is, can you make 600 crores in a year, 5 years, 10 years down the line? If you can make that, if you can reach that, great, you will get funded.
Right. Okay. So we have one participant named Adam. He has made his lean canvas and he wants to share it. So is it okay that if you share it over here and we can, discuss for like 5 minutes about that Canva?
Yeah, sure, we can. Sure, why not?
Okay. Just a moment.
Hello, Zeeshan.
Alifia can present the canvas, please.
Yeah, I've met you here before. Have we met?
Give me 5 minutes and I'll just post it there.
And also, Zeeshan, will be this will be the last thing we'll be discussing about. We have many other questions coming in that we'll be sharing it with you. You can answer them and we'll post it on the group to all the participants.
Hussein, can you just ask him one more question till the Canva comes up?
Yeah. Please go ahead, Dr. Bhai.
No, just pick a question and just ask one more question till the canvas comes.
Yes, so that's an interesting question. What if my startup doesn't go well? Can you suggest few other tips to build up the business again? Well, mainly what happens is once you fail, you lose that momentum and you lose the enthusiasm for it. So how you can build up yourself again and go forward?
Okay, go and have a conversation with your parents and your grandparents when they started the business. Did they succeed in the first try that they did? They take it to me in writing that 70-80% of them failed in the first time that they tried the business. Unless and it was a very traditional, you know what is going to happen, right? And same goes with startups. Startups will fail. You will 100% fail. All right, in terms of your first attempt. The first attempt will always go wrong. And as entrepreneurs, you need to look at failure as a very positive and a great thing. Hence, we don't call it failures, we call them pivots. Every startup pivots. Airbnb, which is $60 billion company today, started by selling cereals. Okay, like chocos and cornflakes and all. They pivoted to Airbnb, what it is today. Uber did not start off as this. Uber started off by renting limousines, luxury cars. So they were a rental company of luxury cars, not of day-to-day commute. They failed. They terribly failed, and hence they pivoted. Another example of this, I think I'll have to take an Indian company pivot. So Paytm, right? Paytm 197 Communications failed for 8 to 10 years. He took a loan of 25 lakhs, sold 50% of his company for 25 lakhs, right? And today, where is Paytm? Paytm pivoted, changed its course, and it is what it is today. Same goes with Myntra. Myntra grew up in front of my eyes in 11th and 12th. I was a very active kid in 11th and 12th, and I used to spend hours on Facebook. So I used to see Myntra ads, okay, coming on the right hand side. That is how the first ads on Facebook came. All Myntra that used to do was make customized mugs and customized T-shirts and pen stands and this. Myntra was that. In 3 to 4 months, I started seeing that I guess they got a lot of response from a T-shirt segment. So all of their ads turned into T-shirts. So it became a T-shirt company. Then they raised investments and they started getting Gucci, Versace, and all of these big brands and Louis Vuitton and all of them on board. And they started playing what Myntra's founder said as the fashion game or the label game. So Myntra pivoted 3 times before it became what it is today. So same goes with Climber. Climber is my captain today, right? But when we started, Climber was a magazine. We failed. We terribly failed. Okay, we had 2.5 lakhs of debt was there on us, and we were 18, 19-year-olds. All right, who didn't know how to run a business were already in karza of debt. Our CGPA was 2.5 out of 10. We were in a mess. Okay, there was no way out for us. Our parents were ready to hit us with chappals and jutas. All right. But we knew that the problem existed, and we knew that if not this solution of a magazine, there'll be something else that will work out. So we started doing events. We did events, and events gave us a fair bit of money, but it was not scalable and was not giving us enough money to build a company out of it. And we realized if I want to do 100 events in one day, can I do it? I can't do it till the time I do it online. So can I move all the workshops online? Yes. And hence my captain started. The day my captain released, within 3 days, we made 5.5 lakhs of revenue and we got out of debt. So the debt that we had accumulated for 1.5, 2 years got cleared in 3 days. So, and we pivoted. We moved away from magazine to events to then finally launching My Captain. Right. So these pivots and failures will always happen. A startup requires what we call as 1,000 days, the first 1,000 days. If your company survives in 1,000 days, it will survive. If it doesn't survive and doesn't figure out what it needs to do in 1,000 days, it will fail. But you need to give it those 1,000 days. So you need to give that 2.5, 3 years. Before that, don't quit. Before that, don't think that it won't work out. But if on the 1,000 day it doesn't work out, leave it. There's no point.
Right. Okay. That was really very good to know about the backstory of your Canva and My Captain. So here we have this lean Canva of Adam Dalal. It is basically about the servicing of automobiles, and he has made a plan about it, and he has, as it's shown in the system, we can go through it and you can also give your insights about it.
Yeah,
And
I think problems is on point. I haven't seen a lean canvas for a person who's filling it for the first time this concise and this clear about the problems being solved. I'm impressed, man. This is brilliant. The problem is absolutely brilliant. Adam, you want to go ahead and actually explain the entire canvas? We have 5 minutes, quickly.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hello, Captain. So yes, like how Hussein introduced, I want to start a proper detailing and servicing center. So these are like few of the problems, like these are the top problems which are faced. There are many other problems that people face in this detailing and servicing business. They don't get this proper maintenance. They have these overpriced services. People don't trust with what they are doing with their vehicles, and the most of all is that they tend to damage the vehicle sometimes while servicing, and they don't tell the customer about it. That can be a major turn-off factor for it. So I have classified into I've tried to fill up this canvas, and I think that the major of my customers will be between middle class to extremely rich class, because these services can be availed mostly by them. And the top features will be like the solutions will be as I mentioned, proper maintenance in a professional manner, and it should be value for the money to a customer. if a customer doesn't feel that what amount he is giving to me, then he won't come back to me. If he doesn't feel that that the money, that the value for his money is not there, he will feel that it's just another service center who is just trying to steal from us.
Adam, just over there for unique value proposition, give it a thought. Okay, be creative. Come up with one line which will be able to, why should I take you? Okay, so everybody is going to claim value for money, but you will have to prove it by what are the extra things that you're doing, and can you communicate those extra things in that one sentence?
Okay.
Okay, so you can say on-time delivery, most affordable on-time delivery, or pick up and drop services at the price of the same thing, something like that. Okay, so you'll have to come up with a better one-liner for unique value proposition, and not something as generic as value for money, because any person is gonna claim that.
Sure. So I'm kind of facing problem in the unfair advantage and the revenue stream. In my field, I am not exactly sure that what is the unfair advantage. Like, can you help me over there? What can be the unfair advantage in that field?
Yeah, go ahead for something called value-added services. For example, anytime any person comes in and does any repairing, you get the entire car cleaned up from in and out. Just look at the economy and finances of that. Can you provide pickup and drop services? Can you repair the car within 6 hours or 8 hours? Is your turnaround time shorter? So these are things that that the person wants. For example, why will I choose you over my next door repair shop? Is A, you will come to my home and pick it up. B, you will deliver it to me in 6 hours or 8 hours. C, you will give me certain delights like cleaning up my car completely or whatever it might be, or giving me air perfume inside. I don't know, some gimmick, some delight gimmick. Okay, that can come in, and probably a call, a personal call, just one call to ensure how did they feel about the service, etc. This is the customer relationship point of view, because if the customer receives that beautiful call, it shows that you care. So you get very clearly separated as a quality delivery service compared to your next door service center. So things like that, you can be more innovative around it. There was my friend who started doing things as we'll repair the car at your own place. Okay, we'll service the car at your own home. So there's a lot of these ideas running in that industry that you might want to explore and check out.
I have another doubt. Can YouTube be a channel for it?
I think YouTube will be fairly expensive. YouTube is a very expensive platform to begin with. I think you can go very frugal with just brochures. Can you get brochures distributed into each and every flat in and around each and every locality that you cater to?
Okay, I get it. And what about revenue streams? Can you help me over there? I'm not sure
Revenue
about it.
stream is straightforward. You can either have a subscription where you charge 6,000 for a year, 5,000 for a year, and you cover everything, or you cover 5 services, 3 services, whatever. Figure out based on the car and model. The other is one-time service fee. As soon as they come in, whatever they need the service for, you provide and you ask them. So see, revenue stream is doesn't need to be platform and eyeball and all if the business is this fundamental. Chai wala is not gonna charge a commission per chai, right? Chai wala is gonna be like, I'm gonna make money by selling tea. As simple as that. So that's my revenue stream.
Okay, Adam, I think we'll just connect you for more detailed. You can have a one-to-one with Zeeshan after this. So thank you, Adam, and thank you for sharing your canvas with everybody.
Thank you for your advice and thank you for the opportunity.
See you soon.
Okay. Okay, everyone. Okay, everyone. If anyone who has an idea or anyone who wants to build a business or anything, if you want to reach us, you can reach us on our mail ID, which is Hsb Incubation Chennai @gmail.com. And if you require any kind of one-to-one session with Zeeshan as well, we can arrange that as well. So you can reach us at Hsb
Can you
Incubation
just put the
Chennai
slide,
at the rate
Alifia? Put the
gmail.com.
slide. Put the
Yes.
slide. Put the slide, please. Yeah. Okay. So, Zeeshan, I just want to thank you again for this amazing session. I think we've been associated like for the past 2-3 years through Avantgarde. Hello, Zeeshan, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Yeah, hearing you.
Yeah, it was an amazing session actually, and I hope everyone has learned a lot through this. And the canvas you shared has been, even we learned a lot from you by this session.
Thank you
So
so
thanks a
much.
lot. Thanks a lot for taking this session, and I hope we take much more sessions with you in the future.
I would love to. I would love to take as many sessions as I can. And more than sessions, I'll actually be more interested in if there are startups who want to have a one-on-one mentoring, one-on-one conversation, and any particular difficulties they are facing, and they want to talk about whether be it building a team or product or whatever it might be. Please get in touch. I take calls on Sundays between 2 to 5 p.m. It's always there for students. So any person who wants to start and have a conversation, reach out to me. We can have conversations on Sundays and help you out in whatever way possible.
So
Great.
probably, I guess
That's
we are
amazing.
going.
Yeah. Go ahead, Alifia.
I guess probably we are going to have second session with Zeeshan as well on the right time to employee and how to manage them, as Zeeshan is handling 200 plus team members and my captain.
Sure, would be happy to.
Okay, great. We'll just end this year with dua for our His Holiness Dr. Sayyid Namfal Saifuddin, who has been a guiding support for our community. So we pray for the long and healthy life of our beloved Mola, and we hope we are able to do business under the guidelines of our community and grow to grow very big in whatever we do. Again, I thank everyone, and I thank Zeeshan again. Thank you, Zeeshan. And there have been a lot of. I just want to end this. There have been a lot of questions related to other webinars in this series. So we'll be taking up those questions in those webinars. And I hope everyone liked today's session. Thank you once again, and looking forward to have everyone on our next webinar. Thank you.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.